charges you 150 rupees. That's not fair, right? So what they do is, the second highest bid becomes the first highest bid order amount, right? Apart from that, there are other methods by which they charge. A relevancy of the page. For example, you hotels in Chennai ad varudhu, ana neenga vandu restaurant in Chennai, unga page vandu restaurant veinga. ஒருத்தர் வந்து புக்கிங்காக தேடிட்டு இருக்காரு, நீங்க ஒரு ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் காமிக்கிறீங்க, ஆட் காமிப்பாங்க, ஆனா உங்களோட காஸ்ட் பல மடங்கு அதிகமாயிடும், ரைட்? பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் நாட் ரெலவென்ட். ஸோ இந்த ரெலவென்சிலேயே there is something called the quality score. உங்களோட வெப்சைட்ல அந்த சேம் கீவேர்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு, நிறைய அந்த வெப்சைட் பிக்கா லோட் ஆகுதா, நிறைய அந்த ஃபீச்சர்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த குவாலிட்டி ஸ்கோர் பெட்டரா இருக்கிறதால என்ன ஆகுனா உங்களோட காஸ்ட் குறைஞ்சிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் டு keep in mind there's something called as quality score, and if you improve the quality score, you will be able to get lower cost also. So Google AdWords la enna, you should not do just one month போய் ட்ரை பண்ணி நம்ம இது பண்ணுறது, கண்டினியூஸா பண்ணிக்கிட்டு ஆப்டிமைஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும் அக்கௌண்ட்டை. பண்ண நமக்கு என்ன பெனிஃபிட்னா, the cost will come down over a period of time. Facebookல வந்து அந்த மாதிரி இல்லை. Facebookல வந்து it's a very different, very dynamic. I'll explain that also. Exactly. This is the toll free number. I'll give you the presentation. There's a toll free number. Facebook ads. Different things. For example, நீங்க வந்து ஒரு பிராண்ட் பேஜ் இருக்குன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து வெப்சைட் ப்ரோமோட் பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் இருக்காது. For example, லேஸ் சிப்ஸ், அவங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணும்? லைக்ஸ் வேணும், கமெண்ட்ஸ் வேணும், ரைட்? ஒருத்தருக்கும் ஒரு அப்ஜெக்டிவ் இருக்கும், ரைட்? கூகுள் ஆட்ஸ்ல ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் ஃபார்வர்ட் கிளிக்ஸ், வெப்சைட்டை கொண்டு வரணும், வெப்சைட்ல வந்து காமிக்கணும். ஆனா Facebookல என்ன இருக்கும்? நீங்க வந்து லைக்ஸ், ஒரு ஆட் நீங்க ரன் பண்ணா, send people to your website, increase conversion on your website, boost your post, promote your page, app installs. நீங்க நிறைய இப்போ லாஸ்ட் 1 year நீங்க நிறைய ads பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க, install an app அப்படின்ட்டு. So different types of objectives are there when you want to run a Facebook ad. Excuse me. அங்க வந்து what you did in Google is demographic profiling. So Google நீங்க ஒரு ad நீங்க create பண்ணீங்கன்னா, you will put some kind of demographic data. I want to target men or women, this age group, this city, this town, and anybody who is searching for hotels in Chennai or Madurai or India, whatever it is, you are bidding for things. இங்க வந்து யாருமே search பண்ணாங்க. இங்க வந்து you are targeting based on something called as a psychographic profiling. சென்னை சூப்பர் கிங்ஸ் இவர் வந்து லைக் பண்றாங்க, ஒரு 1000-10,000 பேர் லைக் பண்றாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து நம்ம கிரிக்கெட் பேட் விற்கலாம், ரைட்? So this person likes certain things, so hence we will sell something like that. For example, somebody is liking a page related to let's say, for example, actor Ajit, for example, we talked about that. We can be running ads to them with actor Ajit's photograph. நீங்க actor Ajit ஓட பேஜை லைக் பண்றீங்க, ரைட்? உங்களுக்கு மட்டும் ஆட் வரும் with actor Ajitோட photo. கண்டிப்பா there is a very good chance you will like that. You will click that and you will go and see what it is, profile. This has become so advanced. 2009ல நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு, சென்னை பேஸ்ட் கம்பெனி, we were not able to target Chennai. அப்போ அவரோட ஃபீச்சர்ஸே இல்லை அட்வர்டைசிங்ல. We had to target all India to find Tamil people with the belief that they will be in Chennai. அந்த ஒரு ரவுண்ட் அபவுட் நம்ம டார்கெட் பண்ணோம். இப்போ வந்து யூ கேன் டார்கெட் அ திங். யூஎஸ்ல நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஜிப் கோட், ஒரு பின்கோட் அளவுக்கு கூட நீங்க டார்கெட் பண்ணலாம். இந்தியாவில் அந்த பின்கோட் லெவலுக்கு வரல. யூ கேன் டார்கெட் இட் அட் த பின்கோட் லெவல் ஆல்சோ, ரைட்? தட் இஸ் ஹவு இட் இஸ். பட் as part of the case studies, I will tell you some interesting targets so that you will understand.
Sir, how to select our audience in that Facebook? As you said, for one bad company, they are selecting their audience who like the Chennai Super Kings.
Right.
For our business, how
what is your business?
Website development.
Right.
How to select our.
So, for example, he has a website development company. How can he go and find customers on Facebook? Now, first thing you should ask yourself is, you are a website development company. Have you tried Google Ads? Right. So, in Google, there are a lot of people who will go and search website design, website development, and all that. So first, you can actually advertise in Google, right? What would your strategy be on Facebook? So, நிறைய பேர் வந்து அவங்க designation போட்டுப்பாங்க, vice president, marketing, CEO, founder, director, managing director. You can target like that. right? உங்களோட average உங்க கஸ்டமரோட ஏஜ் கூட உங்களுக்கு கிட்டத்தட்ட தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் 25 and above, right? He is the founder, director, இந்த மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people in Chennai you can actually target using those kind of things. But for you, a better option is Google Ads, because usually end up or not. See, Google. Please remember one thing: Facebook is a demand generation platform. Google advertising, search engine optimization is a demand fulfillment platform. Somebody is looking for wooden flooring or website. They are having a search intention. They are having a buying intention, right? So, but நீங்க வந்து Facebookல போட்டு நீங்க if you try to generate a demand for your website, you are only showing an ad, right? That also helps. That also works. We have found out some really interesting things which I will cover in the case studies or related to things. Custom audience. So, for example, let's say you have 500 customers. நீங்க B2B business doing. Somebody said logistics. Yeah, said logistics. Yeah, you said logistics. How many customers would you have?
30, 40 customers.
Okay. Anybody has 100, 200 customers in B2B? Okay. Right. So, for example, நீங்க வந்து how do you communicate with your clients? What business are you?
Paper and notebooks.
Sorry?
Paper and notebooks.
Paper and notebooks. உங்களுக்கு நிறைய competition இருக்கு இல்லையா கண்டிப்பா?
Of course.
Right. So, for example, how can you call and talk to the client every day? You cannot do that, right? Can you SMS him every day? You cannot. Can you email him? You cannot. But what you can do is for 200, 300 email IDs, mobile numbers. Facebookல போயிட்டு அந்த ads-ஓட dashboardல you can upload 200 email IDs. And the 200 email IDs you will get a match of 30%, 40% depending upon the location of the 30-40%. Which means out of your 200 customers, you can run a campaign for 80 people. 80 people advertise பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு ஆகும்? Daily if you spend 100 rupees, out of 47 lakh people in Chennai who are not your customers, who might not be your customer or become your customers, you are running a campaign now only for 80 people. You can spend $1 a day. So 60 rupees, 70 rupees you can spend money. You can promote interesting things, right? For example, this is a new type of book. This is a thing, something funny, some facts, some kind of information, knowledge you can share. Will your customers forget you? They'll never forget you. Sounds interesting? Right? So this custom audience is something like this. So as a part of a case study, I'll explain to you more about this custom audience. Correct. For this, you should have either mobile phone numbers or email IDs. Right? There's something called as a website custom audience. Almost everybody would have experienced this. Ninga, for example, ninga or e-commerce website ku ninga poringina, you will go to that website, then you close the website. Next day, illana or 2 hours kapra thirumba ninga browser open pannringa, vera no website ku poringa. And the website ads ninga paaka aarambikinga. Flipkart, for example, Flipkart ads ninga thirumba paaka. Ever notice pannirkeenga? Right? So this is called as website remarketing, retargeting. For example, ஒரு 100 பேர் வராங்கன்னா ஒரு e-commerce website-க்கு 1% of them will actually shop. Retail கடையில யார் சார் retail shop சொன்னீங்க? Retail, right? Out of 100 people who walk in, how many people buy?
90%.
90% will buy. What about you, sir? More than, I'm speaking at the Retailers Association of India next Tuesday about sales and all that. I was at an earlier summit. அப்போ RAI-ல கேட்டனா உங்க footfall to sales என்னங்க ratio அப்படின்னா 35%. Usually it is more than 50%, right? They cannot understand e-commerce for the first 6 months, 1 year. 100 பேர் வரானுங்க, எதுக்கு ஒருத்தன் தான் வாங்குறான்? Have you heard of JBL speakers? Marble Garden? JBL speakers carla. So we put our India strategy, social media strategy was done by our company. It's one of the leading audio brands of the world. They have about 18 brands. The only company which has won actually a Grammy award as being a manufacturer. அவங்களுக்கு நம்ம வந்து e-commerce marketing பண்ணிட்டு இருந்த போது 100 பேர் வந்தாங்கன்னா 0.1% of them will actually shop. Right? This is 2 years back. Right? So if you take a look at Flipkart, Myntra, I'm sure a lot of you will have questions about e-commerce and all that. I'll answer that. But a lot of the e-commerce companies fail because of something called the customer acquisition cost. To acquire one customer, there is a cost involved. I'll explain to you the formula thing. But remarketing is very important. For example, உங்களோட conversion ratio 1%. 100 பேர்ல ஒருத்தர் வாங்குறாங்கன்னா remarketing நீங்க பண்ணீங்கன்னா chances becomes almost double. நீங்க அந்த conversion ratio double பண்ணலாம். So உங்களோட goal என்னன்னா ஒரு வெப்சைட்டை வந்து விசிட்டரை வந்து நீங்க எவ்வளவு வாட்டி நீங்க உங்க வெப்சைட் கொண்டு வரீங்களோ chances of success for a sale becomes higher. So this is a very very important technique.
Respect to
Speak up, please.
Yeah, some clothes or some FMCG products it's better you can remarket, you can force them to see every time. But when it comes to some professional product like wooden flooring or like website development, all those things, it becomes a professional product. How can I force them to see? Too much of marketing I have to force them every time. Whenever they log into Google or many times they log into Google, the ad pops up.
Right. So our என்ன சொல்றோம்னா, for example, let's say wooden flooring. ஒருத்தர் வந்து wooden flooring website வந்து போயிட்டாரு, right? அவரோட வெப்சைட்ல வந்து for example per month only 500 visitors. And the 500 visitors will be extremely valuable. Each of them can actually give him business for lakhs of rupees, right? Whereas you will have to have 10,000 visitors to match his 500 visitors. So you are running a campaign remarketing for 500 people vantaga. You are going to run a remarketing campaign only for 500 people, where you are going to show the banner ads wherever they go. ஆனா அதுல நீங்க என்ன பண்ணனா, you can cap the number of impressions. ஒரு நாளைக்கு நீங்க எவ்வளவு வாட்டி தான் நீங்க காமிங்க, ஓவரா காமிச்சிட கூடாது. Very important point what he says. There is something called as a ad fatigue. For example, நீங்க ஒரு banner நீங்க create பண்ணிட்டீங்க, right? அதே பேனரை எங்க போனாலும் ஒருத்த பார்த்துட்டே இருக்காருன்னா create ad fatigue, right?
இத மட்டும்
correct. It becomes counterproductive. It's called ad fatigue, right? அதனால தான் you can cap the impressions, or நீங்க banners நீங்க change பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கலாம், right? You can keep changing the banners also. Is it? Very interesting feature. உங்களோட கஸ்டமர் ஆடியன்ஸ் ஒரு 200 people இருக்காங்க சார், நீங்க 200 people அப்லோட் பண்ணீங்க, ஒரு 100 people are there on Facebook உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. அந்த 100 peopleக்கு நீங்க something you can create as lookalike audience. அந்த 100 பேர்ல வந்து சில பேர் 40 years old, சில பேர் மொபைல் ஃபோன்ஸ் வச்சிருப்பாங்க, சில பேர் இந்த லொகேஷன் போயிருப்பாங்க, அவங்களோட ஹேபிட்ஸ் இப்படிலாம் இருக்கும், இந்த பேஜஸ் லைக் பண்றா, இந்த ப்ரொஃபைல்லாம் எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு Facebook will give you something called as a lookalike audience. So நீங்க 200 people நீங்க அப்லோட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will give you a lookalike audience of another 1000 people or 2000 people. So you can target those people also, and there's a very good chance they can also become your customers, right? Something called as lookalike audience. This is pretty much the end of it. After that, I'll be ready for questions. Basic slide. Okay. We started 2009 or something like that. One of the first brands in India. It was covered in many things. Today, also it is considered as the best run Facebook fashion wear page. It's in the top 10 of India. I was the first fan. Website build பண்ணிட்டு அவங்க டைரக்டர்ஸ்க்கு சொன்னா ஃபேஸ்புக் பேஜ் போடலாம் அப்படின்னா, அதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம், பட்டன் சரியில்லை, பட்டன் கைடிச்சு, இது சரியில்லை, இந்த மாதிரி பிரச்சனைலாம் வரும், ஃபேஸ்புக் பேஜ்லாம் வேண்டாம். டுடே they spend lakhs and lakhs of rupees on Facebook. அவங்களோட நாலேஜ் அந்த அளவுக்கு இருந்தது. Today they know 70% of what I know. So today, whatever you are learning, please try to apply it to yourself, right? Whether you want to take a trial of Facebook ads or Google ads, 100 rupees, 10,000 rupees, whatever you want, please learn digital marketing. I mean, Innovate or Perivish, Nurse sir has talked about it. Many companies today are shutting down, right? Today, people like Dianis, right? The Big Bazaar and all of those things, all of these people, Retailers Association of India has filed a case against e-commerce companies about competition. Almost every retailer is scared of e-commerce and digital and what is happening. Overnight, companies can be wiped out. Overnight, models can be totally disrupted. You see, in a matter of 6 months, 10 months, a company like Fast Track or NTL or whatever it is, their market share has dropped just because of thing. There are some bad practices that are used by e-commerce companies because they have so much money. It's very, very easy for them to do what they are doing. But at least in your businesses, you should know what is digital, what is online. Some of the basics you should be able to understand. So a company like the Basics Life, they will basically call and tell us what to do. Today, that is the level. See, for example, if I have a new client who does not know much about digital marketing, social media. I meet a lot of young people who don't know much about digital or social media. They are trying to learn all that. If I tell them, please invest, if they are a new customer, if I tell them, please invest 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees. I was talking to a customer, potential customer yesterday. I told them, they asked me, sir, budget sir, unga 50 stores irukku ungalku kandipa neenga or 1 to 2 lakhs idu pannunga avangaloda benchmark vandu or periya watch company avanga adha sonnana kandipa avanga 20 lakham 30 lakham per month spend pannirupanga. Start at least with a lakh or two, right? Now as an expert, because I have run hundreds of campaigns, I have managed crores of rupees in advertising for many brands, I can say confidently, okay, neenga 1 lakh 2 lakh neenga pannunga. And that நம்ம recommend பண்ணும்போது அதுவும் சொல்லிடுவோம், the chances of failure and success are also there, right? You take the risk, but we will do the best to make it successful. We can go and convince a client for investing 1 lakh 2 lakh rupees, right? If I go back to a client and say, sir, there is a good opportunity, end of the year, there is a sale or whatever it is, you please invest 20 lakh rupees, 30 lakh rupees. Can we do that? Unless the client has knowledge, unless the client has past success, unless the client has some kind of a knowledge about the medium, he will not be able to invest that kind of a thing. So that is the reason why you need to have knowledge, right? You have to be part of campaigns, you have to understand how these things work. The reason why I've talked about, with this client around Basics Life, we have many case studies. Just seeing this work, we've got a lot of clients from different parts of the country. The reason why I put this as a case study, one of them is because I got a call in December, and this is confidential, but I want to tell you so that you can understand. The managing director called and told me, this year we don't want to advertise in newspapers because we don't have the budget. Usually they spend about 50 lakh rupees for a 1 month period on advertising. So I said, we don't want to advertise this year. We want to allocate about 10-15 lakhs on Facebook ads. What do you think? I said, sure, honey, this is something we've not done. Let's take a look at the audience and we'll make an attempt. So what we did is, the custom audience here, 200 people I told you we'll upload and do WT. They have about 7 lakh, 8 lakh people who have shopped with them, right? So what we did is we uploaded that email IDs and mobile numbers, right, of all their customers, and we ran a campaign only targeting their customers, existing customers on Facebook for about 3.75 lakh people.